What is your approach coming into this weekend with a bigger advantage in the standings? And also, if I may, can I ask whether you spoke to Lando Sunday or recently? Because you want to beat each other, but you want to beat each other on track. You must have felt for him.
Yeah, it's obviously never nice to see that kind of thing. Unfortunately, it is a part of racing, but we've not really spoken much about it. There's nothing I can say that's going to make it better. So for me, the approach doesn't change. I think the approach I've had this year's worked well, and for me, there's no reason to change anything now. The gap is still, it is bigger now, but it's still far from being comfortable and being able to change the way I go about things. So stay in the same way.
How easy will it be to keep doing what you're doing, as you've just said?
I think it should be quite straightforward. Me and the engineers are trying to get the most out of the car, get the most out of myself, and that doesn't change whether you're first or last. You're always trying to get the best out of yourself, and certainly in terms of car setup, you're not going to make the car any slower because of the position we're in now. So for me, that's not going to change, and even the approach to risk, I don't think will change. I would still like to extend it even more because, like I said, there's still a long way to go, and a bigger lead is always a better thing.
An Oscar-like weekend is how Andrea Stella named your Zandvoort, your Dutch GP, where you're not the fastest in all the free practices, but then you build it up during the weekend, and on qualifying in Q3, there you are, and as well as in the race. And I know you stayed until the track on Friday until very late to get to all the details. Okay.
Not that late.
Oh, I've been spying on you in the hospital. But do you feel a certain change during those weekends where you feel like, okay, in FP1 I'm here, and then during those practices and towards Q3 you're there? Do you feel that change?
Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. I think it's not always very linear. I think FP1 I was a little bit off. FP2 I got a lot closer, and then you kind of think that things are going the right way. Then FP3 I was further back again. So it's not kind of a linear build up. There's some ups and downs, definitely. Which is why I kind of say it's not always on purpose. There's an element of it that is on purpose, but not to the extent that I had in Zandvoort. So you can kind of get a sense of when you're close, and sometimes when it's very difficult to find time, sometimes when it's quite easy. And Zandvoort, there was some places that felt easy enough to find the lap time, and there was some corners that were tough to find that time. And I think those were the places where it really only came to me at the end of qualifying. So a bit of both.
You are one of the most consistent drivers in Formula One history. Is this something that comes natural to your driving, or is this something that you, at the beginning of your career, maybe more than now, were focusing on trying to be consistent?
I think being consistent is generally a trend of mine through my career. I think, the streak that I'm on, that hopefully continues, is also very much down to the reliability nowadays, and reliability of McLaren in particular. So it's not just me in that, but I like to think that my risk approach is balanced. Certainly not shy at points, but try to keep myself out of trouble and take not too many risks. I think also generally, when you've got a quicker car, you're at the front of the grid, you're around less people, and that helps as well. So it's a combination of a lot of things.